Ever wondered how to make the best predictions from your data? The answer might lie in the OLS stats model, also known as the ordinary least squares method. Diving straight in, the ordinary least squares method, or OLS, is a statistical technique used to estimate the parameters of a linear regression model. It's all about finding the best fit line that minimizes the sum of the squared residuals. Residuals, by the way, refer to the difference between the observed and predicted values. Output, a scene script. Imagine you have a dataset with two variables, say height and weight. You want to predict weight based on height. You plot these data points on a two-dimensional graph. Now you need to draw a line that best fits these data points. Here is where OLS comes into play. The first step in applying the OLS method is to define the regression equation. This equation will include your dependent variable, which is the variable you're trying to predict, and your independent variable, which is the variable you're using to make the prediction. In our example, the weight is the dependent variable, and the height is the independent variable. The regression equation will look something like this. Weight equals a constant term plus a coefficient times height. The constant term and the coefficient are the parameters you're trying to estimate using the OLS method. Output. Next, you'll need to calculate the residuals for each data point. This involves subtracting the predicted weight from the observed weight. Squaring these residuals and adding them all together gives you the sum of squared residuals. The goal of OLS is to find the parameters that minimize this sum. Achieving this requires a bit of calculus, specifically taking the derivative of the sum of squared residuals with respect to each parameter, setting these derivatives equal to 0 and solving for the parameters. Output. Once you've found the parameters that minimize the sum of squared residuals, you've got your OLS model. You can now use this model to make predictions. In conclusion, the OLS stats model is a powerful tool for making predictions from your data. It involves defining a regression equation, calculating residuals, and finding the parameters that minimize the sum of squared residuals. This method provides the best fit line for a given dataset, allowing for more accurate and reliable predictions. Output. Remember, the beauty of the OLS stats model lies in its simplicity and efficiency. It's a fundamental technique in linear regression and a stepping stone to understanding more complex statistical models. So the next time you're faced with a dataset and a prediction to make, consider the OLS stats model. It might just be your best bet. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe to World of Signet for more related videos.